All right, gentlemen, so today we're going to be talking about factoring when our leading coefficient isn't 1 and we can't factor anything. So, we're going to be looking at something like this. So, let's go 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. So, our leading coefficient, it's not 1 and we can't factor anything out of this. 2 is not a factor of 7 or 3. So now we need to think about a new way to be able to do this. And what the process is just remember, if it was 1, we had, we think of the factors of 3 that add up to 7. Now what we have to do is think of the factors of, if we go back and write this out, this a squared, or excuse me, a x squared plus bx plus c. What we're going to do is find factors of a times c, so ac, that add to b. So now what we're going to do is see that ac in this case is going to equal oh my goodness, is it going to equal 6? Sorry. And now we think of the factors that add up to 7, and that's just going to be 1 and 6. So what this is called is factoring by grouping. Maybe I'll edit this actually. So factoring by grouping. So basically what we're going to do with these two numbers is they add up to 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split 7 into two different parts. One of it's going to be, or 7x into two different parts. One of it's going to be 1x and the other one's going to be 6x. And then we'll be able to factor like this. So if I split 7x into 2x plus x plus 6x plus 3. So this gets split into this. Note that it's exactly the same. It's still 7x. We're just rewriting it. We now have two groups here. And with these two groups, we can factor stuff out of them. For example, in the first one, I can pull out an x and get 2x plus 1. And in the second one, I'm going to pull out a 3 and get 2x plus 1. Okay? Now I have a common factor of 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 1. So what I can do is I can pull this 2x plus 1 out, and then I'm left with an x plus 3. So x plus 3, and that is the factored version. So basically when we're doing grouping, we're going to do a times c, find the factors that add up to 7, or b, split it up, and then we're going to refactor those things back out. So I'm going to do a few more problems here, and hopefully we'll be able to get it. And we'll talk a little bit about how do we choose the order they go in. And it's kind of just, you're going to have to think a little bit ahead. So we're going to go 3x squared plus 10x plus 8. Now what happens is we multiply a times c, so ac is equal to 24. Think of the factors of 24 that add up to 10. So we got 1, 24, 2, and 12, 3 and 8, and then 4 and 6. And so these are going to be the factors that add up to 12, or excuse me, add up to 10. So in some way, shape, or form, I'm going to have a 4x and a 6x. And this is where I'm going to have you guys use a little bit of foresight. So I'm going to have something in the form of 3x squared plus something plus 8. So 4x is either going to go here or here, and the 6x is going to go here, and the other one essentially. But think about if you just, for all intents and purposes, just, put this here. Can you factor anything out of this group? And the answer to that is like, yeah, you could get an x and you'll get 3x plus 4. Or can you factor anything out of this group? And the answer is yes, you can get the same thing. So now we factor. We pull out a 2x, or excuse me, a 3x. We're going to be left with x plus 2. Then we can pull out a 4, get x plus 2 again. So both have x plus 2 and a 3x plus 4, and we're good to go. We keep going. We're going to do 2 more examples. Now we're going to bring some negatives into play. So we're going to have 6x squared minus 5x minus 4. So what we're going to do is AC. So 6 times negative 4 equals to 24, negative 24. So the factors of negative 24 that add up to negative 5. So that is going to give us a negative 8 and positive 3. So now what we can do is plug in our 8x and plus 3 minus 4. And then once again, we can note that this is directly equal to this. It's the same exact thing. I'm just rewriting it in a different way. It's like how before when we had 4, we wrote this as 2 times 2. We're just breaking stuff up. It's all good. Now, factor out. So I could pull out a 2x from this, and I'm going to be left with x, or 3x minus 4. Now I want you to look at this. So I want the insides to look the same. I already have a 3x minus 4, so I could just pull out a 1. 3x minus 4. When I factor the 3x minus 4's out, I'll get 3x minus 4 and 2x plus 1. And that'll be all that is. It's my foot mob notification that Bayern scored. Go team. Next, 2x squared minus 3x minus 9. So once again, we can't factor anything out of this. We can't pull 2, we can't pull 3, we can't do anything like that. So we're going to do factor by grouping. So we're going to have a times c. That's going to equal to negative 18. And I guess I could rewrite this again. So this is going to be 2 times negative 9. It's going to equal negative 18. The factors of negative 18 that are equal to negative 3 are going to be negative 3 and 6. Go back. Plug them in. So negative 3, oh, excuse me. We want them to equal negative 18. Okay. I was going to say, so negative 6. My fault. So positive 3, 2x plus 3x minus 6x minus 9. We group them up. And we factor. So we pull out, from this case, an x, because that's all we could pull out. So x plus, or 2x plus 3. Oh, I drew, or put this in, want to do it like this. So now what I can do is I can pull out a negative 3, and be left with 2x plus 3. See, on both sides, we got 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3. So we are good to go. So pull out this 2x plus 3, write that in front, and now we're going to have x minus 3. Now we're good to go. So these are 4, this is factoring by grouping, once again. Factoring by grouping. If you guys have any questions, we'll somewhat review on Monday, but we're mostly going to get right into doing a bunch of practice problems. I'll do a few on the board, and then we'll get to some board work, have you guys get up and do some examples. So with that being said, have a good rest of your weekend, and the Buckeyes play this weekend. So go Bucks.